This story is being underreported. Now, a bit of a warning. I'm going to play video. It's going to be a little bit graphic. It's going to be emotional, so a warning beforehand. If you can't handle things like that, don't watch this.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. So this story has been perhaps a little bit underreported. People are reporting it, but you're just not hearing about it like you are everything else. With all the stuff going around with the big news cycle and the fast news cycle, these things do slip through the cracks. Now, some people are saying that this is not reported because of the race of the perpetrator and the race of the victims, but I don't believe that in this case. I believe it's just not being reported on because this is just another case in the hundreds of cases that are going around the world, and it just hasn't picked up. So I believe this case deserves to be reported on. It deserves due diligence, and I will attempt to do my due diligence and put in my commentary as well. I will be playing a video later on. It will be disturbing. I will warn you right before I play it. Let's get into it. Suspect in mini-mart robbery arrested. This is going to be in Palestine, Texas. Tragic. A 40-year-old Palestine man was arrested Thursday afternoon for the armed robbery of the Pit Stop Mini-Mart Thursday morning. Robert Thompson, who's this gentleman right there, in handcuffs, obviously. Robert Thompson, remember that name. Evil man. He was arrested shortly before 5 p.m. He was transported to Anderson County Jail and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated robbery. Now, I'm going to spoil the rest of the story a little bit here because context. First, he got $800 out of the register. It doesn't say what he got in this article, but if you just simply call down to Palestine and speak to the police department there, they are very forthcoming. He got $800 out of the cash register. And as far as being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated robbery, when I show you the video, you're going to be a little bit angry on why he wasn't charged with attempted murder. I was. I could not understand why. Aggravated assault, that's attempted murder. But we'll watch the video in a little bit. His bond was set at $4 million. $2 million for each charge. Well, whoop-de-doo-dah. Now the two people know exactly, to the dollar, what their lives are worth. Thompson was caught on security cameras robbing pit stop clerk Linda Kamier at gunpoint. During the robbery, customer Della Witt-Denizeri entered the store. Thompson secured both women with duct tape and sat them down behind the register. After entering the register, Thompson can be seen on video spraying Kamier and Witt-Denizeri with what is believed to be lighter fluid. No belief about it. I love how the cops pussyfoot around sometimes and use terminology to, I don't know why they use that terminology. Believed to be lighter fluid. It's when you see the video, it was lighter fluid. Believed my behind, it was lighter fluid. Palestine Police Chief Andy Harvey said the fluid did not light as Thompson expected. Nevertheless, flames ignited on Witt-Denizeri, who suffered burns to her head, face, and neck. Witt-Denizeri was transported to Palestine Regional Medical Center and later transferred to Parkland Memorial Hospital's burn center. Sandy Witt-Denizeri's aunt, told the Herald Press she had visited her niece at Parkland Hospital. Her hair is burned off in the front, she said. It looks like the hair actually melted in the back. Her hands are black as if they were covered in soot. The doctors are keeping an eye on her to make sure she didn't inhale any of the flames. I was in a fire one time, and I inhaled superheated air. Not fun. Don't do it. Not recommended. Your voice goes weird as your throat closes up. And over time, it starts closing up even more. And you can feel it. And it's not fun. Just don't do it. Parkland Hospital refused comment on Witt-Denizeri's condition. I also called and asked if they would give me condition status update, they said no. Flat out. Kind of laughed. But I tried. And I'll try again to make sure she's okay. Because it's important to follow through with these things. Kamir was unharmed. Well, that kind of depends on your definition of unharmed there. Maybe physically she was unharmed. I'm proud, Harvey said, of how our detectives and officers worked with local agencies to apprehend a violent individual from our community. All suspects are considered innocent until proven guilty. What is this? Adding the ending of Cops now? Alright, I am going to play the surveillance video now. Warning, it is graphic, not bloody, but it is definitely graphic enough to make you go, what? That is Mr. Thompson right there. That is obviously a can of lighter fluid. We can see it. Look at him. Look at him. Not a goddamn care in the world. Not a care. And he was expecting the whole damn thing to light. He was gonna thought it would light back there. That's not the way lighter fluid works. The fumes are what light, not the liquid. Look at that. And here's the thing. Look at him. He stops. He's waiting. He wants to make sure that she is dead or that she's in a position where she can't get out. He waits until he can hear the screaming. Ah. 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 Whew. That's crazy. What is the mindset for that? I don't understand. What is the mindset for that? What? Okay. Obviously, the motive, first off, is money. Obviously. Okay. So he ties them up so they can't interfere. Okay. But to set one of them on fire, why? And aggravated assault, why? Why not attempted murder? He sat and he waited until he heard them screaming until he left. Because he believed that it would probably set the whole store on fire and they wouldn't have gotten out. Why? Why? Sometimes just the madness of some people. And it's things like this that make people believe that the world is a horrible place, because I'm going to cuss, so warning. The phrase goes that 90% of the world are assholes, but that's not what it is. 98% of the world are great people. It's the 2% of assholes that we just kind of remember. And remember that. Most people are generally good, but there are the 2% of assholes, and the 2% of assholes make up for everybody else. Now, I'm not saying go be like those idiots that went to the Middle East, the couple that went on the bike ride trip in the Middle East to prove that there's no evil in the world. Be smarter than that. There's evil in the world. Obviously, there's evil in the world, but most people are good. Most people are good. I've hitchhiked. I've rode the rails. I've met all kinds of people from all kinds of different races, all kinds of situations, and generally, most of them are good. But you see something like that, and it's hard to keep the faith. But you got to keep the faith. And you got to call up the idiocracy and the bullshit. Sorry for cussing on this one. That was hard for me to watch. Alright. Does anybody have any explanation on why he wasn't charged with why he was charged with aggravated assault and not attempted murder? I mean, can anybody rationalize that for me? From the outside looking in, it looks like attempted murder to me. And then two, I've heard the two camps of one saying that the reason it's being underreported is because the perpetrator is black and the two victims are white. But personally, I don't think that. Personally, I believe it's just the crazy news cycle, but this is where the communication comes in, because I can't figure this guy out on why he would do such a thing. It's just one of those crazy things, and it could just be that he's absolutely crazy, bonkers, nuts, and has lost his mind, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, and that's crazy. Alright, I will see you guys on the next one. I also have an announcement coming up on a channel, but I need to upload the first video on the channel before I give the announcement, so that way there's something there waiting for you guys. I'm excited about it. It's something that I have done over the course of a very long time, and it's going to be a YouTube first, as far as I know. Should be exciting, should be entertaining. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the next one.